Hello, and thanks so much for watching Proactive New York. I'm Christine Corrado. With me right now is Tamir Poleg, CEO at the Real Brokerage. Tamir, great to meet you. How are you?
Great, good morning. Great to be here. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much for asking. If you could just start us off with telling us a bit about the company.
Sure. So Real is a technology-powered real estate brokerage. We founded the company back in 2014, and back then we embarked on a mission to make real estate agents' lives better. We're currently licensed in 22 states in the US. We have over 1,300 agents affiliated with us and working with us exclusively. And we're changing an industry that's highly regulated, dominated by a traditional model, and we're doing great things and bringing a lot of value to our agents.
Yeah, let's talk more about that. You mentioned the traditional brokerage model, and that's being replaced by what you say is the tech-forward model. So what do you mean by that?
So when we went and started this journey, we kind of looked at what's going on in the market and what are agents actually doing today. And we realized that this is a huge market. Real estate brokerages in the US generate about $100 billion a year in revenue. And then we realized that the market is dominated by a traditional model in which agents receive all the services from their brokerage through brick and mortar locations. So if you're an agent and you wanted to, in the past, search listings or get some kind of support and get marketing materials and do meetings and all of that, you had to go to the office. So the office was where everything happened. But then technology started changing the experience of consumers in different industries, and consumers started expecting different kind of engagement and experience when they're buying a home or selling a home. But most brokerages failed at understanding that and kind of evolving into what consumers expect. So when we looked at that, we understood that there's an opportunity to create a brokerage that is essentially a platform for agents to grow their business on. At the same time, it provides all the tools and technology that they need in order to succeed. And on top of that, it also provides agents financial opportunities. You know, all agents, or the vast majority of them, are independent contractors. They work very hard for their money. They have no job security. And we decided that as a brokerage, we need to create those opportunities for them.
Well, just kind of piggybacking off of that, as we are seeing kind of this technology emerge, are you worried about technology replacing real estate brokers?
It's funny because everyone thinks that innovation and evolution and disruption means that you're eliminating the middleman, and it happened in many other industries. So naturally, people thought that this is what's going to happen in real estate. But I think that data clearly shows that more and more consumers are actually using agents in the home buying and home selling process. That kind of peaked back in 2019. So there was a clear trend. Before we started the company, we looked at the trend and we saw two very interesting trends. One was that more and more consumers are actually using agents through the experience. But at the same time, the percentage that's paid to the agent is slowly declining. So for us, it was a clear signal that consumers are saying, we want the experience of working with agents, but we want it at a lower cost. So to your question, I'm not at all concerned. I think that agents bring a lot of value. They will continue to be here. And I always say that as long as it's humans that actually buy and sell homes, it's going to be humans that help them through that process.
Yep, that makes total sense. And I mean, speaking about trends, are you concerned at all about the coronavirus kind of forcing people, well, not forcing people, but more people are kind of leaving urban areas because of the virus? Are you kind of concerned that that will eliminate, you know, people buying homes in cities, or are you seeing kind of an increased awareness of people buying homes in the suburbs?
I'm not concerned. I think that generally it's great that people are doing what's best for their families and themselves. So if they decide to move out of cities, that's great. And they'll probably do what they think is best for them. I think that many cities will be hurt. Many cities will have to adjust this way or another. But I think that what the pandemic, which is an unfortunate incident in history, is doing is that in many ways, it catalyzes a lot of maybe natural processes that would have happened without the pandemic, but it just makes things move a bit quicker. So yeah, I think that what we're seeing right now is a lot of people leaving cities. My brother left Brooklyn and moved to Long Island. A lot of younger families are moving out of the cities. I think it's great in the sense that the pandemic kind of taught us that there could be a lot of flexibility around work. And at the end of the day, it maybe allows you to spend more time with your loved ones and kind of invest more at home. I think that generally what we will see is that everyone kind of realizes that everything's now happening at home. So you work from home, you spend time with your family, this is your shelter, this is your safe place. And psychologically, your home becomes much more valuable because it encompasses so many things. And when something becomes more valuable in your mind, then you're willing to pay more for it. So there's a chance that this pandemic will positively affect home prices just because a home is becoming a much more significant place in your life.
Well, has it positively or negatively affected the brokerage?
It's interesting. What happened in our industry is kind of probably particular to real estate. At the beginning, back in April, we saw almost a standstill. Everything came to a halt. You know, people were not going outside. Nobody wanted to invite anyone to view their homes. So there were a rough couple of months, and then the market just picked up significantly. And data from July and August show that those were stronger months than 2019. It's propelled by two main things. One is that interest rates are at all-time lows, so buyers are incentivized to go and buy homes, and at the same time a lot of sellers took away their listings from the market because they either want to wait, they want to see what's going on with their jobs, they do not want others to visit their homes. So there's shortage in inventory in many markets. So shortage in inventory, and at the same time a lot of buyers motivated to buy, created a really hot market in most of the markets that we're in.
Good to hear. Separately, you do trade on the Toronto Stock Exchange, but you did upgrade to the OTCQX in August. Can you talk about the reasoning behind that?
Sure. So first of all, the reason why we took Real public wasn't because we wanted to provide any liquidity to our shareholders or because we thought that the company was big enough. It was just a part of us creating more opportunities for our agents. We believe that agents are a crucial part of growing the Real, and we wanted to incentivize and reward our agents with equity, and publicly traded equity obviously is much more powerful than privately or equity in a private company. So we decided to list on the the TSXV. Obviously, our business is in the US, all our agents are in the US, so we wanted to facilitate trading for them. We see ourselves as a US focused company. So it was only natural that shortly after listing on the TSXV, we will list or register on an American exchange or marketplace. And we looked at the alternatives. We saw that the OTCQX is just a great, established, respectable venue. And it was an easy decision for us.
Well, it's definitely a very interesting time for your business. So I'm looking forward to following your progress throughout these next few months. Tamir, thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Christine.